I'd like to ask you, Brent Bowers, what is the biggest risk?
Yeah, I want to talk about a property we bought. It was late 2017. It was the last vacant parcel of land in a mobile home park. And it was from a lady. Her husband had died, and he was a builder, and he went bankrupt. So long story short, we had to reactivate his LLC to be able to take ownership of that piece of land. And we went through all these steps, and I had a buyer already lined up for $16,000 that I found on Craigslist. So I had about $900 into reactivating this LLC, back taxes, lawn service fee from the city, and paying the seller. So the seller really only made like 200 bucks off of this parcel of land. Well, when I had sold this parcel for 16 grand to another builder that was going to put a brand new modular home on that, title company found out that there was a $157,000 IRS tax lien on it. So I did not do my due diligence in the beginning and run like an owner's encumbrances, or O&E was what we call it, or even a title search at that point. I was kind of just shooting in the dark. So I was so sad because I mean, 2000, beginning of 2018 at this point, like that was life changing. Like I had just had a brand new baby, first child. And actually, no, that was my second child by then. Let me back up that second child. But that would have been game changer, a profit of 15 grand basically. So what I did was I waited a year, cried a bunch, continue refining my system, continue buying land, but I never took that deed into my name. Like I never took ownership of that. And this poor lady would call me and I never returned her call. She'd be like, "Are you ever going to record that deed? Because I'm still receiving calls from the city and blah, blah, blah." I would just ignore it because I was scared. I didn't know what to do. $157,000 IRS tax lien. I didn't want to take on that. I was like, man, that would bankrupt us from the very beginning. So long story short, I found a title company a year later, Heritage Title. They said, listen, these things sometimes fall off. Let's figure it out. So they cleaned everything up. I still did not take ownership of this, but it was good to go. So like, go ahead and sell it. You're good. It's dropped off. The IRS drops these things off every so many years. I don't even know how it worked. Just call it dumb luck or God blessed me. I would say it was probably God's blessing, which you get lucky. The more you do, the more God blesses you. So long story short, I found another buyer. I think this time it was on Facebook, marketplace or buy sell groups. I found another buyer for 35,000. So 1 year later, I got confidence in myself and my process. So I doubled the price basically. I also got $5,000 down. I only had 980 into the property. So I got $5,000 down, and it's a 52 and a half month term at 534 a month. So I'm still getting $534 a month, and I will be for another, I think, two years, 2.5 years on this property. But that's the biggest risk, not checking chain of title, making sure that if J. Darren Gross leaves this property to Brent Bowers and you leave out the J, we just broke the chain of title. So that's one risk. And two is doing your background, your due diligence, and your title search and making sure there's no IRS tax liens or encumbrances or city liens, you name it. So there's my risk story.